Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and doing another Battle for Zendikar Swiss draft. This time, not a rare draft, but should be a good one nonetheless. Some amazing cards in this pack. A rare is awesome. Probably just want to take it. You can play 2-color, and it's a 4-mana 4/4 Vigilance Trample, which is insanely good. But there's also Vile Aggregate, which is also insanely good, and there's Deathless Behemoth, but I don't think Deathless Behemoth because it's a 6-drop. It is an insane creature, but I think you'd still either rather have Woodland Wanderer or Vile Aggregate. Yeah, that's actually tough. I mean, Vile Aggregate may be a bit more narrow in the decks that it works with, but it's in the decks that it works with, it's probably one of the best cards you can get, whereas Woodland Wanderer is pretty much just always insane, wherever you play it. It's going to be pretty seldom that you'd ever have to play it as a 3/3, 4-mana 3/3 Vigilance Trample. It's almost assuredly going to be a 4/4 Vigilance Trample. I think we're going to take the Wanderer. I love the Aggregate a lot, but the Wanderer is just a really, really bomb creature. Wow. Immediately followed by Beastcaller Savant or Tajuru Warcaller, both of which are awesome. Anything else insane in here? Not really. I guess we take the Warcaller. I mean, Savant's rare, and it's an ally, and it's good. And it ramps, but Warcaller is just pretty bonkers. Otherwise, there's Outnumber in here, which is good. Silent Skimmer's fine. Nothing else too great. Just slam a Warcaller there pretty happily. Okay, ooh, Catacomb Sifter's good. It's got to be the best card in this pack. There's also Oron Reef Invoker in mono green. We're going to take the Sifter, though. This card's awesome. Doesn't exactly synergize with Wanderer or Warcaller, in that I'm trying to think of all the allies in black. I mean, Nirkana Assassin's an example, but that's more of a black-white ally. Trying to think of all the black allies. I guess Colostria Nightwatch, that's another black-white deck ally. Whatever. I don't think it matters that much. Sifter is still very good with Warcaller. 2 bodies for 3 mana. 3 power, 4 toughness total. Just waiting to get pumped. Yeah, we'll take the Sifter. Like I said, these first 2 picks don't exactly... Actually, that's not even true. Warcaller's insane in the green-black deck. It's a token-based deck, so yeah, Sifter is very much acceptable there. I think I've just never seen a Woodland Wanderer in a green-black deck. All right, well, Carrier Thrall, certainly a staple of the green-black deck, since it's very good with like Bone Splinters and stuff like that. Also good with Voracious Null, which has a decent chance of wheeling. There is a Lifespring Druid, which will work well with the Woodland Wanderer. Could work well with future Converge cards. And then there's Myers Malice, which is also good. But Carrier Thrall's uncommon. It's a 2-drop. It's a very good 2-drop, I think. I like it. I think we're going to take it here. Otherwise, yeah, we could just stay on color and take the Lifespring Druid, but I think I'd just like to nab up a more... I mean, I want to play the Sifter, and Carrier Thrall is like I said, like a staple of the green-black deck. I think that's fine. Okay, now we have Infused with the Elements, but we also have Eyeless Watcher. Eyeless Watcher, also just like one of the main components of this deck. Eyeless Watcher into Tajuru Warcaller is pretty insane, too. Infused with the Elements is fine. We currently are 2-color, though. Much better when you have at least 3 colors. Void Attendant's, a card for this deck as well, but we don't have anything that exiles yet. We're just going to take the Eyeless Watcher. Great token producer. Okay. Infuse the Elements number 2, Demon's Grasp, Devastator, Fertile Thicket. Fertile Thicket does not take up a slot in the deck. Could help us play 3-color a little bit better. Infuse with the Elements I don't think is super playable if you're only 2 colors, so I don't love that. I don't think Demon's Grasp is a particularly good card, but we don't have any removal yet. We just have 5 creatures. I could take it. Yeah, I like it a lot less than like Stone Fury, but it kills things, so I guess we can take it. Not a great removal spell. Certainly proved to be underwhelming, in my opinion. I think when the set first started, I thought it was just fine, but it's kind of proven itself to be not all that good. All right, got to take Beastmaster here. Another just amazing card for the green-black deck. Also, of course, works insanely well with Tajur Warcaller and works exceptionally well with Eyeless Watcher. Still going late and still a pretty amazing card. So I love the Beastmasters. Altar's Reap in here, which is just great with Thrall, Sifter, Watcher. I think we still have a chance to see another one. Transgress the Mind. I've played against it. It's been good. I've played against it and it's been bad. I think for the most part, it's probably just fine. But we're still going to take the Beastmaster. Synergistically a little bit better. All right. Well, I mean, Healer. Currently only have 2 other allies. But I don't really want a second Demon's Grasp. I could just take the Fertile Thicket. I think we'll take the Healer. It's not really what this deck wants. But I don't know. If I end up with some more allies, I could see it potentially being played. It's just a black-white ally deck card, essentially. I just don't really think I need to take a Thicket here, and I don't really need a second Demon's Grasp. We'll just take it. If we end up with enough allies, it could be playable. I don't know how likely that is. All right, Blister Pod is like pretty much what... It's not a great card, but it's something that this deck typically wants. Skitterskin's not that great, I don't think. All right, multiple Blister Pods. There's also Natural Connection. Cliffside Lookout would be good in a tokens build if we could fix for the white. Fertile Thickets would have helped with that, I guess. Unnatural Aggression does not look insanely good in this deck. It's good with Sifter. It's good with Wanderer. It's good with Beastmaster. So we have 3 creatures that it works with, which isn't bad. I could take a second Blister Pod, I guess. Natural Connection fixes. We'll take the Blister Pod. I mean, it is something that this deck typically wants. There's an Arcana Assassin now. I mean, I guess it has synergy with Healer. Brood Hunter Worm's probably not going to be necessary. We'll take the Assassin. I don't think it's all that good, though. All right, Voracious Null is actually looking... I'm really happy at Wield. We have 2 Blister Pods, Carrier Thrall, Sifter, Watcher. We have some actual good synergies with this card in our deck. All right, Infuse with the Elements. Perfectly acceptable. Actually, I don't think we're likely to take red. I'm going to pass the Reckless Cohort and let whoever that is know, hey, go ahead and be in red. Just hook us up with the green and black, please. So currently have 4 allies, the Healer and the Assassin not being particularly good ones for this deck. Retreat is not really something this deck wants either. Void Attendant. What's Sunken Hollow worth these days? Probably a couple tickets, right? There's also a chance that we take it and, yeah, it's worth a couple tickets. Could splash for blue. Actually, we actually, I think, want the Sunken Hollow. We 100% play it because of Woodland Wanderer and possibly even Infuse with the Elements. And it doesn't even really hurt our mana base at all. And we still could potentially splash a blue card off of it. Probably wheel, Skimmer Invoker, another Null. Any of those are fine. Even Void Attendant, although we don't have ways to exile. We're just going to take the Sunken Hollow. I'm cool with that. Like I said, pretty much free in our deck. Wow, Undergrowth Champ, love it. There is Rot Shambler, which is something very good for our deck too. But Undergrowth Champ's a mythic that's actually a pretty insanely strong card. I think. I've been really impressed with it. I think I only got a chance to play with it once, but yeah, I was super impressed. It's definitely like much better for the red-green deck, but whatever. Titan's Presence not looking that great in this deck at all. And yeah, I think just the Rot Shambler would be great, but we're going to take the Mythic here. Like I said, I've had good experiences with it. Void Winnower. Makes your opponent literally can't even. There's Bone Splinters, Snapping Gnarlid, Colossary Knight, double Snapping Gnarlid. Interesting. How could I get to 9 mana? So I have 2 blister pods, which don't really count as ramp, nor does Carrier Thrall really, because they require setup. Sifter ramps, Eyeless Watcher ramps. That's it. Probably not enough ramp to get to 9 mana. I do think this card is strong though, but maybe not easily playable enough where I want it. I might just want like a Gnarlid. Maybe I want the Bone Splinters. I mean, 2 blister pods probably makes it go up a bit. We also have 12 creatures, not a lot of removal. Yeah, I guess we take Bone Splinters. I mean, Bone Splinters, this is the deck that Bone Splinters really gets to shine in. High creature count, value when creatures die. I think Bone Splinters typically goes later, but we're going to take it just because it really is something this deck wants. So I don't really want to be on the Healer Nirkana Assassin plan. That was just like a backup ally plan if we ended up with more Warcallers and Beastmasters. We're going to take Kiora here. I mean, we can already splash for it. I don't know if we will yet. I actually do like the card, though. I don't hate Kiora. She's fine. She's not insane, but she's worth a couple tickets, and this is a Swiss draft. Otherwise, I mean, Spawning Bed is actually really good for our deck, too. But you got to take Kiora, right? How could I pass her? We'll probably end up splashing for her, too. She's not insane. I wish she was better, but she's fine. She can draw attention away from you, too. I mean, her ultimate is cool. It's just, I wish that it didn't also require... It is insane if you have a creature, but the problem is you need a creature. Okay, so now there's chance to splash Nullifier. Probably don't want to do that. It's a great card, but we don't need to splash a bunch of blue, I don't think. I could just take Myers Mouse now, which I think is fine. It's a good card. I've come around on it. I never thought it was horrible, but I think it's gotten better as the format's gone longer. We don't have ways to process, which really isn't a big deal with Nullifier. It's not, but it just doesn't seem worth it to splash a 2/3 Flash Flyer. Even splashing Kiora, I guess, is a bit questionable because it just doesn't do a ton. But it is like maybe some card advantage. If you use it's -2, a little bit of... Could be. I mean, we don't have a lot of card draw in here, so we'll take the mouse, though. I'm cool with that. Ooh, Vampiric Rites is just like a really amazing card for this style of deck. Like, Vampiric Rites with Blister Pod and Carrier Thrall is fantastic. Really fantastic. Great with Eyeless Watcher, too. Yeah, that's a really nice pickup for us here. Swarm Surge, I mean, it's like a staple of this deck. There's Tadru's Stalwart, which is both an ally and potentially could be a 3-mana 3/4 in this deck, but Swarm Surge typically right in line with what a deck like this wants to do, so I think we'll take that. Assassin number 2 or Invoker. I mean, this gains life, I guess, so there is some synergy there with Assassins, and it's mostly just the ally synergy, ally sub-theme, but I guess Aura and Reef Invoker is a better... I mean, it's fine. I don't think Assassin's all that great in general, and just basically playing it to turn on Healer a little bit better or have some synergy with Warcaller and Beastmaster. There might be an argument for it. I just think I'd rather have an Invoker. It fits our curve better. Well, we ended up getting one anyway. I don't think we want a second Null or a Void Attendant. We don't have any ways to exile, so I don't think that Attendant is particularly good in here. We're going to take the Invoker number 2. Just get some bears. Okay, Earthen Arms, which is fine. Cliffside Lookout. I think we're already probably just splashing blue. I'll take Plummet. I think it's a strong sideboard card. Blue-White Flyer is a good deck. I don't think we only have one space left in the deck and an entire pack to go through, so probably just take the Plummet. It's a good sideboard card. Ooh, Table Snapping Gnarlid will take it. Let's dump the Healer Assassin plan. I don't like it that much anymore. Let's focus on very good green-black cards. Snapping Gnarlid is just a good aggressive card. Ooh, Stalwart's good. Guess we'll take Vines for sideboard. So deck looks good. Like I said, we have one space left in the deck, and currently we're looking good. I think cards that can get replaced. Well, I mean, we have some incentive to go 3-color because of Infused with the Elements to Drew, Stalwart, and Kiora. I'm just going to take second to last pick foils, even though I passed the cohort. I just want a foil here. I'm done passing foils. Done with it. Let's see here. So first cut, probably, I don't know actually. I kind of like everything we're doing. I probably don't need double Invoker, but bears are pretty good. Doesn't exactly synergize with the deck theme. Nor does Stalwart or Infuse, I guess, to a certain extent. But that's fine. I mean, our deck wants more of a token theme. We really only have the Eyeless Watcher and the Sifter. Even the Blister Pods and Carrier Thrall, like I said, aren't really tokens per se. But like I said, they have great synergy with this Vampiric Rites and Bone Splinters plan, which I think is good. Swarm Surge, I guess, isn't even looking insane in this deck yet. But if Pack 3 can deliver some token producers, we might sort of dip out of the Stalwart Infused with the Elements plan. Just go a bit deeper on tokens. I think, for the most part, tokens are going to just be a lot better for our deck because of, like, Vampiric Rites and Bone Splinters. Wow, Coastal Discovery. There's Beastmaster. I think there's a good chance it wheels. There's Sky Spawner, too, but I think Coastal Discovery's got to be a much better splash card. Second healer. That's funny. It's just not really what this deck wants for the most part, I don't think. So Beastmaster versus Discovery. So Discovery's going to tip me more into a bug deck, which is fine. I don't know if it's completely necessary, but like I said, I think there's a decent chance Beastmaster wheels. This pack's got some good picks in it for sure. Tyrant, Stonewaker, Sky Spawner, Nettle Drone, a lot of healer, like all of the archetypes are represented in this pack, which makes Beastmaster have a decent chance to wheel, especially since it went late in pack 1. Discovery's just no chance of wheeling. I think we'll take it. So I'm really looking for like Evolving Wilds. I'd like some more fixing on top of the Sunken Hollow. That would be nice. But I think it's Coastal Discovery is just really strong. All right, second shot at a Beastmaster's complete disregard. But we do have the Evolving Wilds. So complete disregard is good removal. Currently, our removal is Bone Splinters, Demon's Grasp, and that's it. Wow. I think Evolving Wilds is pretty important for us, though. We want our mana base to be good. Nissa's Renewal is not really what this deck needs. Rot Shambler would be pretty good for us, but like I said, we don't have a ton of tokens. Second Beastmaster would also be good. Really, the argument, I think, is between Disregard and Evolving Wilds. There's another healer in here, too. I could have probably gone deep on healers, but it's more of black-white, like I said, not really green-black. I'm going to take Evolving Wilds. I want to make the blue cards we have work. It also makes Woodland Wanderer and Stalwart better, and Infuse. And this is just in case we don't end up with a ton of token cards. I do think Rot Shambler and... I think the argument for Disregard is decent here, but I'd still rather just make sure, since we already have a deck, especially... Ooh. Brood Monitor. Drana's Emissary? Jeez. Card's good. We're going to take the Brood Monitor. I think that's pretty easy. Awesome, strong, powerful token producer. Maybe cut Invoker here, because we already have one. Don't need two. Probably don't need two. Brood Monitor is pretty insane. So, yeah, I'm liking the way this looks. Got some strong synergies in here. Okay, have a shot at a second Snapping Gnarlid, which is good. I'm not sure it's exactly what our deck needs to do. I could just take the Fertile Thicket. Helps fix for our blue. Gnarlid's good and aggressive, but I'd rather find token producers, I think, if I could. And this is a deck currently. Like, I think Fertile Thicket, because it's like an actual thing we will play and helps find our blue mana, like more fixing right now, I think is a little bit better. I do think Gnarlid being a 2-drop is good. I don't know what I would want to cut for it. So we'll take the Thicket. I'm trying to think how good Swarm Surge is in here currently. Might not be quite good enough. All right, second Beastmaster, probably want it. We do already have 4 6-drops. Myers Mouse might be a better sideboard card. Beastmaster is going to synergize better with the token producers, but our only token producers really are just Sifter, Eyeless Watcher, and Brood Monitor, so we didn't end up with a ton. There's really nothing else in here we're super interested in. Sharpshooter's a fine sideboard card. It's also an ally. I think we probably are okay with a second Beastmaster, though. We're running 18 lands. We don't have we have some ramp, actually. Not a ton, but enough where I think we can make a second Beastmaster work. 5 6-drops might be excessive, but we might dump the Malice here. Even though I like Malice, I think we can sideboard into it a little bit easier. Here's our second Eyeless Watcher. Now, Eyeless Watcher is definitely something our deck wants with Warcaller, double Beastmaster. So I think I might cut Infuse with the Elements. I actually like the card, and we have the chance to give +3/+3, but I think I like Stalwart more because it both synergizes with our Converge plan and our little mini ally sub-theme as well. So I think we're definitely going to take Eyeless Watcher because it just synergizes better with our deck, but I think we're probably going to cut the Infuse for it. A second Swarm Surge or a second Bone Splinters. I'm okay with a second Bone Splinters. We've got some pretty awesome cards for it. Otherwise, it's, yeah, I don't know if we need, I don't think we need a second Swarm Surge, actually. I don't think that's necessary. I think we just run a second Bone Splinters, though, over Demon's Grasp. It doesn't seem necessary to even run Demon's Grasp. Bone Splinters just seems better for our deck. I'd rather pay 1 mana deal with anything than 5 mana source, or they're both sorceries, I guess, but 5 mana deal with a lot of things. Munda. It's also Territorial Baloth. None of the, I think we probably just hate Munda. This is a really powerful card for the deck that wants it. We're not going to play, like, this is our deck currently, and I don't think we're playing anything else. So let's just dump the Munda, or hate the Munda, rather. Healer Wheels? Wow. That's surprising. I might want Pathway Arrows for sideboard. It's a good card against us, and there's other decks where it can be good against them. We're just not playing Healer. I could hate it, but there's a decent chance I'm going to want a Pathway Arrows out of sideboard. There's certainly decks where it's good. All right, now we're gonna hate the Healer. Well, actually, I'm going to take the second Plummet. There's certainly been times where I played against Blue-White Flyers deck where I've had 1 Plummet, and I've been like, I really wish I had a second Plummet, and I get the opportunity here, so we'll do it. All right, we'll take the aggression. It's still not that great for our deck. We do have some decent bodies for it, but I'm not going to play it. We'll take it anyway, though. All right, Blighted Gorge. We'll take over the Inspired Charge. Blighted Gorge is a good utility land. This deck looks good. We have some good card advantage spells. I think we're pretty easily going to be able to make blue work in here. I'll have to figure out how many. Actually, maybe hate the Cub because it gets rid of our Vampiric Rites. What was I saying? Oh, how many blue sources do I play in here? I don't know yet. It's a worthwhile question. I think Voracious Null is actually going to be good enough in here, though. Believe it or not. So, with Evolving Wilds, Fertile Thicket, Sunken Hollow, we probably can get away with maybe 3 islands? I don't know, actually. We'll have to see. Let's look at the color makeup of our deck. Definitely mostly green, and then like splash black. Definitely splash blue. All right, well, we don't need a ton of black, I guess. All right, well, let's try and get up to maybe 3 islands. What if we do, all right, so this would be 10 green, 6 black, 5 blue. That's not bad, actually. I don't even think we need that much green, though. We could go, this would be 9 green, 7 black. There is going to be turns where I might want to use Vampiric Rites more than once in a turn, which makes me want to get a little bit deeper on the black. And 9 green seems like more than enough. I think 5 blue is enough. 5 blue for 2 spells. I guess it's not just 2 spells, though. It's also Stalwart and Woodland Wanderer. So it's more like 4 spells that really want it, 2 spells that need it. I still think 9 green seems right. 7 black seems fine. And I guess 5 blue does seem just fine. All right. Yeah. It's a nice looking deck. It's a cool deck. Relatively low curve. I still think 18 lands actually, I think 18 lands is very justifiable. We have card advantage in Vampiric Rites, Coastal Discovery, and Kiora. So, and we can scry with Sifter. Yeah, all right. I like it. Cool looking little bug brew here. Funny that I just did a rare draft that was a bug deck too, but all right, yeah. This is the deck. We'll see you round 1.